Hello friends, spring is right around the corner, and so we're gonna do a little experiment. I've not had a really great success rate planting snap peas, mainly because it gets so hot, and by the time I think of planting it, it's too hot. So I did a little research, and there's some do's and don'ts, but we're gonna just experiment a little bit. And I've already planted some. We're gonna plant some snap peas 3 ways. I have already planted some here. So peas typically do not like, these are just sweet snap peas. I had a couple, there's 2 or 3 different varieties in here. Today's the 24th. I just planted them. So they typically don't like their roots disturbed. And so, but I have seen many gardeners who have had, let me take this up, great success with transplanting their peas. And so we're gonna put it to the test, and we're gonna see how they do, first of all, how they germinate, because I was also seeing that peas could germinate even if they're 2 or 3 years old, and some of my pea packets are, so that's I just mixed them. They're all sweet snap peas. So we're gonna see how those do, and then we'll transplant them. I'm gonna see, do they have a problem after I transplant them? First of all, are they gonna sprout? I'm letting them stay out here to sprout because it is 60 degrees today. It's going to be about 65 all week. We're going to have great weather, and I think Wednesday we have rain, so they'll get some more water. I'm going to keep those wet and keep an eye on them. The second way is, I'll just put it up in the corner here, is soaking my seeds. So I soaked some in a little bowl of water, and they are supposed to soak for 4 to 6 hours, but I've seen other people soak them overnight or 12 hours, and they've just been fine. And then putting them in, I guess apparently gives them some boost if you soak them. I've heard mixed reviews on that. I've heard that you don't have to, and you can direct sow them. I don't know. That's why this is an experiment. We're gonna see what works best for me in my climate, and I am in zone 7B. And then the third way is we're gonna go outside and we're gonna direct plant some. That's what we're gonna do right now together, and then we're gonna wait about a week, and I'm gonna come back and give you guys updates on what's growing, what's germinating. Well, obviously, if those germinate, we will transplant them out. Tomorrow, I'm working at the office, so the sweet peas that are soaking, I'll have to put in the ground tomorrow, but we're going to do 2 different trellises of them in different locations. One's going to be up in the front, that's what I'm going to direct sow now, and the other one will be in the back garden, which we will do tomorrow. So hopefully they get a boost from their 1 day of soaking, and we're going to just see which peas make it and which peas don't. I have a lot of bug pressure here, a lot. We have slugs, we have crows, we have mice, we have squirrels, and they will all eat my peas. So I am a little bit concerned about the ones that I've got up here. I don't think they'll be messed with by the birds, but I don't know. We'll find out. I may have to put in fact, maybe I should put a little cover, a little dome on those to protect them. The ones directly in the ground, that makes me nervous. They all make me nervous. So my best bet would probably be, if it works, is to transplant them after they grow, keep them in the house till they sprout. Once the little guys sprout up, then you're fairly free from things like digging and eating them like the birds. So I might end up moving those back in, but maybe I'll just put some plastic over to give them a little head start, and that way they can't poke. They also said you can put protection, like the ones in the ground, you can put some mesh over it. I don't have anything like that. I do have some cloches, but they're little, and I'll show you, I can put those over some. We are going to have a trellis. I have 2 trellises in the back, so I don't know if I can fit these around them. So I do have these little metal cloches. So let's go outside here in just a minute, and let's plant our direct sown ones. I gotta get shoes on because I have slippers right now, and I've got to grab a trellis for up front. I've got these covers that I think will fit over these. These are actually food covers. These ones got dirty, and I've been using them for warm it up, keep it a little warm at night too, but I've been using them for germination. I guess I gotta take out my pea. Oh, this one's broken. Mother. I don't think it's usable. Hold on. No, this one's broke. Let me get a new one. Okay, I think I got a good one. They look like hairnets, don't they? All right, so put a hairnet on your plants to protect them from birds stealing them. Okay, That's good. I've just set this on the top here. Should be fine. I know what they are. All right, and I have this trellis right here that we're going to take out front, and we're going to go direct so we don't need Mr. Leaf. All right, we're going to fit this here over, and it should be good. That's going to be, I'm going to just press that in. Okay, I'm so mad because I planted, and you guys didn't see, I thought I had it in here, but basically these little snap pea crunch are what I have from Burpee, and I planted 3 rows across, and I did them, I'll just show you really quickly here. I planted them very close together and densely. You want a lot of them in here. So, because some of them do get eaten or destroyed, and about 1 inch apart is perfect. And if they're too close together, it's absolutely fine. I'll stick you there. So can you guys see that? So that's how I have them planted. They're very close together, and I have rows going across here. I think I did 3 rows. And now I'm just going to press this guy in to the ground a little bit here, just so it doesn't blow over. So I'm going to do that, and then those are planted as of today. Because look at, we haven't cleared the beds out, so it's the only spot of like clear soil right now. I also did move some stuff over there today too and plant some bulbs, but anyway, those are set. So all we have left to do are the seeds that are soaking, and that will be tomorrow because they need to, I just started them. So tomorrow I will plant our soaking seeds, but we're going to plant those in the back garden. I'm going to clean my phone off because there's dirt all over it. Okay friends, we're gonna do our pre-soaked seeds here. I do have this, I do need to get twine around it. I'm not overly concerned about the twine at this point because once it comes up I can do that, but I do need to get some protection for these guys from slugs and bugs. But I'm gonna go ahead and get them planted. Get this out of here. And I'm going to plant them, let me show you. I'm going to plant them on the inside as well as the outside. So we're going to just do, oh, there's decompaying, that actually makes a good border. There's a, I think it's an old marigold thing. An old marigold branch, but it's making a nice little place for me to throw the seeds in, so that's fine. So let me get these. I might have to go in and get more too. I just dropped one. Dropped another one. One of these was cut open, so I don't know if that one's gonna go. You can see one of them is cut. And I am going to get some protection around these guys. I'm not sure what I'm going to do yet. I might cover it with a cloth. I don't really know. These other ones can go in the middle. Cover those babies up. Now I'm going to give them some water, although because this new soil is dry that I just put on here, some of it's wet underneath, but we're going to give them as best start as we can. We do want them to succeed. Alright, everything is pressed down. Let's get some water next. Alright, I brought some stuff out for the compost too, but I'm going to use the eggs because typically slugs do not like sharp things. So I'm gonna get some pine needles, and from over we have lots of those, and I'm gonna crush these eggs up, but first let's water. I think that's enough. Leave this right here. I'm gonna go get the pine needles, and then I'll put this over the pine needles. All right, I'm just gonna spread this all around the outside. See how this does. Okay. All right, now let's do our eggs. This has a bonus, provides nutrients too. As eggs break down, they provide calcium into the soil, which is good for a lot of plants. So if they get through the pine needles, hopefully the eggs will deter them. And then the rest is going to go in the compost pile. Okay, I think that's it for now. I'm gonna see if I have a little cloth also to just kind of set over it where, you know, rain and all can still get through. So I'll see what I've got, but this is going in compost. All right, I found this. Hold on. For now, I'm just gonna take these blocks and put them there. I don't have anything for that one. Use this pole just until they germinate. There we go. Hold on. All right, so that's our setup for our peas. And once the peas germinate, so water can go through there. Once the peas germinate, all that's going to come off, and then we'll put the string up. And so that I'll be back, and we'll give you an update, hopefully in about a week, on where the germination is with all of the 3 areas of our peas.
I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy.
I thought we would do a little check-in on our sweet peas, or not sweet peas, our snap peas, our experiment, because we just had a massive rainstorm, and this morning when I walked out, I have something that happened to the ones up front, so we're gonna take a look. But the first ones that we had, we just got like so much rain, there's literally water sitting on here. So let's see what is going on here, because it looks like possibly one is up out, like swollen up out of the, like maybe it's not covered. Let's see what we're dealing with. Oh no, that's not one. So there's nothing in these, nothing started in these yet that I can see. There's no green. I'm going to open that. There might be one there. Hold on. Okay, we do have a sign of life right there, a little green. That's the only one. I'm going to leave this one off for a minute because we get a little more rain. These guys need it. This was a little bit dry. So that's the only sign of life in these ones. It was 62 degrees today. It's going to be nice the next couple of days. Also, we're going to have to do an update here too on some of these. Oops. Where's my camera? Hold on. Some of these guys, because like this one, you can see something starting. Let's look in this one. I don't think anything's going on. Oh, I was wrong. Look at all that. So those are Johnny jump ups, and dianthus, I don't think there's anything. Oh yeah. Everything's starting to get some, we're starting to get some little, this was snapdragons. I think the green that is in that one, it doesn't want to, I don't think there's much going on. I think that's mostly mold in there. Anyway, so that, so we have one that has sprouted. I can't remember the day that we started the seeds, but it was a little cold, and they can take, I think I saw up to 3 weeks to germinate. So I'm going to go ahead and, when we get inside, look at my notes on when we did that, when we planted those peas. And let's look at this one. This one over here was direct sowed in the ground. Those were in the trays. These are direct in the ground, but they have protection. So we did eggshells. Also look, starting to get, it's not covered yet. I'm just starting to get it covered. It's taking some time because it's hard for me. I can do it like one load at a time. All right, so this one has a trellis, and I just put stuff on it to kind of keep it. Oh, good. Oh, Lord. Okay. Well, that's how much it rained. This just fell apart today, so we'll put something else over this, which is fine. This will be great moisture control. I'm not going to touch that one. We're just going to look under this one. And this, the rain got through this, which is also great. So we did, some pine needles. We did some things there, and so nothing. Oh. There's a little sprout there, but it's like, I can see it that needs to go in the ground more. So, but it is starting to pop out. I don't see any more. Okay, so there's one here and one on the other one. So that's a pretty even amount currently. Let's go in the front and see what we have happening there. Also, you can see how much rain we got in a short amount of time. This was empty. There was no water in this, and yeah, this whole thing is like filled up now. I'm gonna keep that there because I'll use it when it dries out, and I'll use it for rainwater for my garden. All right, guys, so in looking at this, my peas, we did Lillian's caseload peas. These are in the silicone trays outdoor. They eventually will go on a trellis, but right now they're in silicone trays, and we've had one that has grown, and so we've had one germinate. We had the little snap pea crunch by Burpee in the front yard, which we haven't looked at yet, under a trellis. That was a polyculture style within the flowers and everything else, with no protection other than they were direct sown with the trellis mixed in with flower bed and no protection. We don't know yet. We're going to go look. Well, I have an idea. And then the Lillian's caseload also by Baker's Creek. These were in the backyard garden, the ones we just looked at. They do have a trellis. They also have a shade cloth, and they were pre-soaked for 12 hours. And we had one germinate back there. So let's go look at the front and see what we got. When I came out here this morning, the trellis is down. I put it back up, and then we got a storm, and it's bad again. Sorry, I've been cleaning out the bed. So, and you can see where, like, how far I got, because then it's not over here. So anyway, but when I came out this morning, this is what I noticed. All these seeds were popped up out of the ground and swollen, like they're about ready to go. I shoved them all back in this morning, and then the rain has pulled them all back up. So I'm going to put them back in. So one of the problems with these peas, I don't want to put them too deep, but one of the problems with them was when I came out here the one day, they're very soft. So I don't know how they're going to do. So you can see these green ones. This is starting to sprout. It's trying to go. And we're going to keep it under the ground. I mean, they all came up. So I have to just replant them. I mean, that's all I really can do here. And there's another one. So we're getting what looks like some germination here, but I have a squirrel, I believe, who ate some of them. And that's the problem. Are there any more that I'm missing? I don't think so. So I'll put the trellis back up. I need to put the trellis up with something that, oh, there's one right there. It needs more soil. The trellis keeps falling. I have to find a way to get it into the ground a little bit more so that it doesn't get knocked down again. Wash my hand. Anyway, so this one's having some trouble. So signs, I planted bulbs and, well, now the rain's filled a lot of the holes in, but here's one. I can show you this hole. Okay, there's a hole, right? Pull this out. So there's holes and something ate all of my, I think the tulips that I just planted. There was a lot of holes in the ground, and it looks like that's what I'm dealing with is a squirrel. And the holes did look like they came up from, sorry, I hate these things. You guys know they're the bane of my existence. It looks like the squirrels, like the holes were from the top, not the bottom. That one not necessarily, but the other ones that I had seen, there were some big holes in the ground. So there was a big one over here. They're all filled in now because the rain was so severe. So anyway, I don't know that I'm going to get many tulips because of my squirrel friend. So hopefully he left some for me. That would be really nice of him. Also, I had planted tulips over here. These are daffodils coming up from last year. These are whatchamacallits, not Johnny Jump Ups, but the pansies. Those are tulips from last year. So I have some from last year coming in. And over here, I didn't really see him messing with anything too much. I do have flowers over here. I put some pictures at the end of my weekly vlog, but look at this one. These are my hellebores. Isn't that beautiful? So pretty. The back's pink, and then you have, and they're spreading. I gotta be careful because it's just so wet. These guys haven't fully opened yet. Look at them. These ones have though. Beautiful. And then there's another one over there that's also white. So I love that. That's doing great. Everything got a nice, good soaking. Got some little crocuses coming up. This is the candy corn spirea, which is just starting to bloom. I didn't cut this back, I don't believe. We'll see how this does. This didn't get really full last year because I think this crowded it. I'm not sure that's actually alive because that was a bottle brush bush. That might not be alive, but I'm not ready to take it out yet. But you can see there's signs that this is a type of, oh, there's another one of these guys coming up. It's closed up right now, but we have daffodils. We've got daylilies. These are daylilies. This is like a ground phlox that goes over. We have daffodils. We've got more lilies and daffodils. And look at that one's got a bud on it. There's one with a bud back there. There's buds over here. So we have signs of spring everywhere, which makes me super, super happy. So anyway, we're only 9 days into this experiment, and I'm trying to see like which of these is going to do best. My gut is probably the one in the back bed underneath the shade cloth. That's the one I think is going to do best, but it also gets the least amount of sun, so we will see. So I'm going to go ahead and show that we have germination in two. Not really in that one, like they're green like they're about to, but they didn't quite pop yet. So I'm going to mark that in the book, and we'll see. Now, I didn't start some inside because they don't like to be transplanted, but the silicone seed packs are going to need to be transplanted regardless. So anyway, I'll see you for our next update. Came out here to check my seeds. Nothing came up. It's only been like 2 or 3 days. However, a little update on my peas. They are all coming up. Can you see this? They're doing fabulous. You can kind of, I mean, even in here, they're pushing right through. They're everywhere. They're doing wonderful. So this was obviously the covered one. So it's getting a little extra protection. I'm going to continue to keep the cover over them for now because we're still getting cold days. Another thing that's pretty cool is I didn't know if this lettuce was going to make it. That lettuce over there has done amazing. It's doing great and came right back to life. This one is still hanging in there. Some of this is not going to. It's going to die off, which is fine. I'm just leaving it there, but it is still doing okay. Some of this is new little leaves coming on the lettuce, so this one's going to be fine. And same with that. I think I'm just going to clean them up, clean the outside, take these outside leaves off so it doesn't throw any more like attention to those, and let it come again. And actually this can go in the compost. Actually could go to their chickens if their chickens want it next door. I'll also give you the update on the sweet peas I have that were in the silicone trays. Look at I didn't even know these babies bloomed. Our little tete-a-tetes, aren't they the sweetest? They're always like one of the earliest to blooms. This is not, usually this was on my deck, so I didn't even, I mean, obviously these guys have been open for a while. Aren't they beautiful? How pretty. Sign of spring. Okay, so for this tray, you can see we have germination. 1, 2, 3. These are coming up 2, 4, 5, 6. This one's just an overachiever. These have been in the house, and I did take, since some were popping up, I took the plastic off, but it's nice out today, so I brought them out here to grow. Obviously, they're going to be transplanted as they get a little bit bigger. Like, this guy's probably ready. And then I have this one, which I had to put a new cover on, and this one wasn't doing as well. This one was left outside, and then I finally brought it inside because the weather's just been so unreliable out here where we're getting pretty cold temps. So I brought it inside. It's out today because it's nice. And since it's been inside, I started getting a little germination. Actually, I should probably keep this off for right now. I'll put it back on tonight. Not a lot. It's spotty. So we have 1, 2, 3 that have come up here. By the way, these are some pansies that I grew from seed. I just brought them out to get some sunshine as well. So that is in the silicone trays. Spotty germination, certainly better in the covered area. And then I'll take you out front and show you the direct planting peas that I did that don't have any protection at all. And I'll show you what's going on over there. All right, friends, so here with no protection, there's a big fat nothing burger going on. I did plant them too early, a couple weeks too early. And I don't know if maybe they still will come up, but right here we have nothing, absolutely nothing. So I will sow another grouping of these at some point, probably in a couple of weeks, but the other ones are doing fine. And look at my sedum coming up. Hey, Zogs. Get you guys in closer. I love when sedum starts to come up. It looks like, and there's grass in there, I gotta get out, but it looks like little rosettes. And this is Coreopsis coming up from last year. And my little pansies are all doing great. We've got some daffodils and things coming. We've got one little thing here that's on the struggle bus, but it's coming in. So things are coming along. Everything's coming along. Not unhappy at all. Oh, we've got, I can't wait to see. She's got to be a pretty purple color, because look at purple red. I don't know. That's gonna be pretty. It's starting to bloom. Another little yellow one here, and then our overachiever who's facing the sun. This little girl right here. She's been blooming a few days. She's getting a little tired looking, but she's coming along nicely. But I was happy to see those tete-a-tetes coming in. Lots of stuff coming in here. We've got these dark, oh, here we go, look at this, almost black ones. Here's some, looks like purple and yellow coming. A little purple one over here. So these are doing good. I'm leaving the leaves in here because of the cold weather right now. Pea experiment, these are doing the best. I just took the cover row off. They're starting to grow. They're not quite here yet where they can't, he's just shy of missing this, being able to climb up. But this is the clear winner, direct sown in the bed with protection in fresh soil. And we did put a bunch of pine needles and egg shells around this one as well. So the squirrels didn't find these, and they're doing great. Okay guys, ignore my appearance. I'm like dressed up for work, and then I have this headband in my hair to keep my hair out of my face, and then I have my boots on so that, because it's kind of mushy and wet out here. So I'm just going to build, because my sweet peas need something to grow up on, so I'm going to put twine around that, and then I'm going to give you my final thoughts. I can't remember if I did that for my pea experiment. But first we're going to go ahead and get this up. So let me just show you. So these are growing fabulous, all of them. And there's other things growing in here too. Little lettuces, nasturtiums are up. You can see these did okay. I was wondering if they died. The calendulas, they did okay. Bunch of nasturtiums. I don't know what that is. Lettuce. I planted a bunch of stuff. There's some beans back there. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this up, and then I'll show you. I just did all kinds of zigzags. Nothing fancy, nothing correct, just something so it has something to be able to grasp onto as it reaches that one. I'm going to stick this one in here. And they're pretty good about, like, once this one's a little too short, but they got these little sticky things here, and as soon as it grows up, like these two are stuck together. So if I put him here, see, he's already grasped. Can you see that? I don't know if that's showing, but where's it? Right here. He's already grasped on just from touching it. So that's what as they get bigger, more of them will do that. They just kind of curl over. Those ones, like, I probably need another one on that side, but that's good, I think, for now. Okay guys, I am at the office right now, and I figured I need to get this video up, so I'm just going to give you my final thoughts on our snap pea experiment. So we literally had maybe a total of 4 germinate in the front where it was uncovered in the polyculture style, where I was planting it in amongst my my flowers and stuff, and they're not even trellised yet because they're so small, and I had to reseed them. I do think either once they got swelled up like that, either a bird or a squirrel got them, because I can't even tell you how many peas I put out front, and I maybe have 4 that have popped up. That's not going to amount to anything. I mean, I'll let them grow, obviously, and the kids are here, they can eat off of them. And then the same thing with the ones that I did in the silicone trays. Now, I may have overwatered them. Maybe they rotted. Like, they must have rotted. I must have overwatered them because I took out and transplanted the 4 or 5 that I had germinate in the trays, and I did stick them in the backyard where the rest of them are all growing successfully. And I kind of dug around in the soil, and then I dumped all the extra soil out from the silicone trays, and there was nothing in there. So my guess is they just sort of got mushy and just disappeared because I must have overwatered them. So the very, very best situation I had was direct sowing them in the backyard with all the protection and then putting the protection cloth over it. Those are doing well, and they're tall enough now that I don't think they're going to get attacked by slugs or snails. So they are now not covered or anything. They're on the trellis and they're growing. If I get home today, I'll see if I can just take a quick little video of the ones in the backyard to show you where they are today, as well as the few that I had that grew in the front yard. So anyway, we did it 3 different ways. I'm gonna just do it the way that I just did it in the backyard with protection and a frost cloth. I also know that I planted them a couple of weeks early outside, so the ones with the frost cloth were able to handle all the fluctuations in the weather, and they're strong and they're doing really, really good. So I can't complain about that. I am very excited to see when they start blooming and we start getting peas, and so when that happens, I'll update you guys in one of the garden vlogs. But anyway, I hope you guys did enjoy learning about my success and my failures with these sweet peas, and I'd love to know your own too, and if you're planting snap peas or sweet peas. Now these are snap peas. There are sweet peas which are not edible, that are just a flower, or really beautiful flower that you can plant in the spring, but these ones are going to have the beans that have the seeds inside that you can eat. You pop them up open and eat the little peas inside, and they're very sweet and healthy. And my children's children, both the boys loved these. Both Tyler and TJ have tried them, and they both didn't want to. They thought they weren't going to like it, but then when we opened it, they would count how many were in there, and they both tried one on their own, and they both liked them. So when you get the kids involved in gardening, they tend to eat more vegetables. Just a quick tip. So if you don't have littles anymore, like I don't, you might have grandbabies like I do, that you can get them involved in gardening and helping you out, and they love going and hunting and pulling them off and stuff when they grow. So I'm hoping I'm gonna have a really great amount come up from the ones in the backyard that we can harvest off of, and so each of the kids can take part in that, because we have more grandbabies now who would enjoy doing that. All right, my friends, if there is an update, it'll be at the end to music with what's going on back there and in the front, and otherwise I'll see you all in the next video. Take care.
I was yours, you were mine, but it's time to say goodbye. Didn't know that the honeymoon's just a phase. Now I understand, I learned it firsthand. You thought it would last forever. You should have loved me better. Should have loved me better, 'cause we might still